As NATO continues to simulate nuclear attacks in Eastern Europe, Russia's promised to beef up Belarus's defense capabilities with nuclear-capable missile systems and jet upgrades.
Within the next few months, we'll transfer Iskander-M tactical systems to Belarus, which can use both ballistic and cruise missiles in both their conventional and nuclear versions. Aircraft that carry the missiles can be upgraded, yet this modernization should be carried out at factories in Russia. We will agree on how to do it and start training flight crews accordingly.
And of course, the mainstream media's framing the move as a provocation by Moscow. Since the beginning of Russia's military operation in Ukraine, they've tried to make it look as if it doesn't take two to dance the nuclear escalation tango.
Russia at war once again is bringing back Cold War concerns about the threat of its nuclear arsenal.
When Vladimir Putin announced his invasion of Ukraine early on Thursday morning, he warned that nobody should get in his way or they would suffer grave consequences. Everyone understood that it was a reference to nuclear weapons.
Threat from Vladimir Putin. Seeing this kind of behavior and this kind of aggressive behavior and this kind of nuclear-specific rhetoric.
No mention at all of the 200 strategic nuclear stockpiles that the U.S. has across 6 European NATO states, or the over 250 nuclear-capable planes that could deliver that colossal payload in a moment's notice. On top of that, a number of Western officials seem to feel a little too comfortable about proliferating nuclear weapons. Earlier this month, Poland's former defense minister and current MP openly stated that the West has the right to give Ukraine nuclear weapons. It was only after that provocation that Russia's parliament felt the need to respond.
Sikorski provokes a nuclear conflict in the center of Europe. He doesn't think about the future of either Ukraine or Poland. If his proposals are implemented, these countries will disappear, as well as Europe.
Then there's the UK's defense minister, who said he supported Kiev in any of its negotiations after 2 Russian pranksters posing as Ukraine's prime minister asked him about nuclear weapons.
We would like to continue the nuclear program in order to protect ourselves from Russia. It's a difficult question, but we think to start it. If you could help us in this regard, it would be really, really important.
Okay, well, look, Mr. Prime Minister, on all those bigger questions, I think those are questions that I need to speak to my Prime Minister.
Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, he made it clear, even before Russia's offensive began, that Kiev was considering scrapping the Budapest Memorandum that prevents Ukraine from having nuclear weapons. All things considered, the West seems to have its wires crossed when it comes to who's provoking a possible nuclear conflict here.